have a video interview we recorded last week with Jaan Tallinn. Jaan Tallinn is co-founder of Skype, and he famously sold it for $2.9 billion now to Microsoft. Ever since has been a prominent advocate and philanthropist in the area of AI research, and also quite a thought leader. And so he's very influential in many different cities. We were discussing things, and he has very interesting ideas about AI and governance. So
the first question we have is, what should humanity do over the next 5 years on a governance level to maximize the probability of a positive evolution of humanity in the context of ever more powerful AI?
Right, thanks for having me. So, I think there are like two types of challenges from AI and other potentially disruptive technology. So one type is that once the technology is available to companies and people, what they're going to do with it. Like there's like a fairly, I wouldn't say robust, but like at least regulators and governments have experience regulating various technologies, and that kind of experience can be applied to also AI and other disruptive technologies. And then there's like another class of challenges, which is not less about how technology is used, but how should we prepare for unprecedented situations that we might face, given the fact that this technology is available. So I can give an example. So a lot of people would, there's a disagreement about whether nuclear weapons are an existential risk or not. But like when people think about nuclear weapons, they think about like how these nuclear weapons are going to be used, and ideally like not going to be used. So that's like sort of the first kind of challenge when I talk about these two kinds. However, before we got to that, there was this challenge that how would the planet Earth take the fact that, or take the new situation that there never has been as high temperatures on the planet than before the first nuclear detonation. And indeed, the Manhattan Project scientists actually did the first piece of existential research that humanity has done, where they can calculate what is the probability that the first nuclear detonation will actually destroy the Earth. So I do think that governments and regulatory bodies should kind of just keep doing what they do when it comes to the first challenge of just making sure that the technology is not misused. But about the second challenge, which is like how can we prepare for things that we haven't seen any precedents yet. This is kind of early to say like what the governments could do right now. So I think right now the main thing is to just do more research and figure out what are the how can we prepare for more robust responses when it comes to unforeseen situations.
Thank you, Jan. So it seems that one of the major issues is the famous unknown unknowns challenge. And the second question is nearly AI leaders tend to agree that transnational coordination and relations on AI are needed, and increasingly so. But most of them believe it is too early and offer scant details on how to achieve them. What do you think is the role of current transnational institutions, the new ones or changed ones, better ones?
Yeah, so like when I talked about building better ability to be responsive to new unforeseen situations, then it's like very plausible that a few things that would help. One of the things is just thinking about what kind of things would we need to plausibly regulate or control, and then building capacity to do that. For example, building capacity to regulate compute power, for example. This is something that people are not working on right now, but it's plausible that we might need something like that. We don't know, but it's plausible. And second thing we need is ability to do better and more quicker international cooperation when it turns out that, okay, we have a problem, and how can we build up capacity to respond to that problem. And indeed, I think like the existing organizations should kind of think along those lines, how to kind of speed up the ability to respond, but more importantly, perhaps like in parallel to that, we should think about what are the other methods to build international response times, or lower the international response times when it comes to large-scale coordination.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for the fine detail of your answer. So this is more on something you recently said, and you've been reported to be saying. Actually, it wasn't a video, so it's certain you actually said it. In this case, it was a recent interview during the Global Governance for Summit, for a Global Governance for AI Summit, in which you stated that we'll need global governance over AI because its growing power will enable more groups to do huge harm. In a similar situation as, and I'm quoting you here, a world where nuclear weapons could be constructed with household materials. How could we reasonably mitigate such risks in the future in the context of AI?
Right, so indeed, as Max Tegmark, my good friend, says that last century got lucky with the laws of physics. And one way we got lucky was that indeed, it turns out that a single nuclear explosion doesn't destroy the planet, which wasn't obvious before when scientists did the analysis and finally did the test. It's kind of debatable whether the analysis was solid enough that they was solid enough to justify the first nuclear, taking the risk with the first nuclear test. And the second time we got lucky was that turned out that constructing nuclear weapons is hard. You actually need the resources of a country, which again wasn't obvious before we actually went through the effort of creating those nuclear weapons. And generalizing from that, we shouldn't take it for granted that all new technologies will be easily controllable, wouldn't pose a threat to the entire planet, or they would be easy or hard to construct for individuals. So indeed, in that light, we might need to at least think more harder about ways how can we contract threats that come from small groups of people with whether bigger increasing increasing power of technology. And then people at Future Planet Institute in Oxford, for example, they do think about new ways to do surveillance. And if you think about it, the surveillance in itself is a neutral technology. The big problem with surveillance is that it tends, in many views, it tends to amplify the power differences in existing power hierarchy. And so if one idea is that perhaps we can mitigate that bad side effect of surveillance, and thereby have a use of technology to counteract risks. So I think it's really valuable to think along those lines.
Thanks all for the also unconventional thoughts on this myth. The surveillance and the different camps that I've hardly been discussing in recent years. So your thoughts are quite interesting and aligned to also with the events we're organizing. More on the same, there's a big posture the famed AI researcher from Oxford University, recently took it a bit further, just a coordination of global entities for faster results. But he also sent to a recent paper on the need to exit the semi-hierarchy default condition. So basically understanding that the global governance is basically the entity with the most guns and money rules. It's kind of far away at the end. He also highlighted huge challenge its capabilities and preventive policing systems to make responsible and critical AI deployment and research. While at the same time, of course, maintaining freedom and democracy, which are part of the safety equation in itself. What do you think of such proposals? Do you think that such challenges could be overcome, and how? I guess you hinted to that in the previous question, but.
Yeah, I do think that it's clearly the world is not ready for really stringent global coordination and clamping down on technology development, etc. But it's kind of important to start and I would say continue research. Other ways how we could be kind of more consistent and indeed less anarchistic about the kind of think of 2 steps ahead. But usually, as again Max Tegmark likes to say, is that we have been kind of like developing technology in ways that we just learn from errors. We invent fire, and then we have a bunch of problems with it, and then we invent countermeasures. We invent cars. A lot of people get killed, and we invent ways to reduce those accidents and increase the safety. Whereas, like, it's not clear that, or actually, it's very plausible that with more and more powerful technologies, we cannot afford this iterative, responsive method of making things safe. So we actually need to think 2 steps ahead. So I think it's again, it's very valuable to think about ways what it would look like, what the world would look like, where there is actually kind of ability to respond to technology before they are actually kind of put into practice and have potential disastrous side effects. But I think it's kind of right now it seems definitely too early to kind of just go ahead and start doing kind of global plans and technology development or something like that. But I think it's really important to develop that capacity.
Okay, so we're going to cut short at question number 4, the 5th, because we're a little bit out of time. The 5th question was about there are proposals for a global AI Manhattan project. Most of you know about the Manhattan project being the project to develop the nuclear bomb, and so some suggest that nations should come together, democratic nations, to put more money than the Chinese government, the US government, or Google could put to AI, so that they can afford to care about security while developing. Otherwise now they're all competing for winner take all race, and so getting there before the others is way more important than trying to get something that ultimately